Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself spiritual awakening for divine in the flesh, where together we learn how to surf, hack, and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, creating a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception and managed reality matrix of five senses, having discovered our true divine creative natures in our true sensual sensorial universe of seven senses, composing formless into form outside of the matrix in the true quantum field creation field universe. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all setting, so when I upload videos, the YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Mario West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest selves, your bestest and brightest light, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my darlings, my honey bunnies, my boobalas. Mwah! Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty episode 300. That's right, 300 episodes, 300 videos from moi. Oh my God, I can hardly believe that we are at the end, toward the end of our third season, which we started this channel, the 2nd of January, 2020. Now, in today's video, I discuss more about shadow work and share a few of my hiccups with you in the process of doing the shadow work, because shadow work can be rough and tumble, y'all. And it's normal to have stops and starts in your process of doing the great work, the shadow work. You're not doing anything wrong. Now, in our last video, I shared with you all about romancing yourself via self-talk and its many ways to engage so that you can get a jump start on up-leveling the deactivation of your subconscious mind and all of its controls by, yeah, that's right, sweet-talking yourself regarding your divine awesomeness. Now, you must practice and apply these tools and techniques over and over again and again and again. In the Matrix, there is a war for your consciousness and to hijack your attention with all of the shit shows. So freeing your mind step by step of all the mind control and programming is essential to what I call spiritual kung fu. Now, when we begin the shadow work, and as we continue to do the shadow work, because it's not a one-off event, our bullshit and limitations and doubts, they are all going to come out in drips and droves, avalanches and wisps of, what the fuck was that? So be ready and prepared, my loves, that your respective worlds are going to be turned upside down, topsy-turvy, and sometimes the ruckus will make your head spin and hurt, make you cry your eyes out, your belly ache, and sometimes the shitstorms will get you to puke and literally shit your brains out. I kid you not. You are essentially purifying your mind control programming, conditioning, and taking charge of your life, starting with freeing your mind and owning your attention within your center screen, okay, which is your awakened state, both of which have been hijacked by the Matrix dramas and shit shows, starting with your family of origin. We all got to look at that shit, because all of this affects the way we think, what we believe, what and how we feel, and the actions we will take, don't take, or don't do, stop doing altogether. Now, most of the changes we want to make will seem impossible in reprogramming your subconscious mind. Old programming is super effing stubborn and resistant to change, and you may fool yourself into believing that, oh, it's not that bad, and delude yourself into bypassing the hard, tricky shadow work. Don't fall for it, because you know what, dude, it's much worse than you can possibly imagine, because these stubborn habits, limiting beliefs, incorrect ways of thinking, and automated behaviors keep you from living the life of happiness, well-being, success, satisfaction, fulfillment, excellence, creativity, flow, loving relationships, passion, and adventure. all the stuff you've always wanted for yourself. Okay, so let's have a look-see at the 5 factors that determine success or failure. Number 1, the first and foremost is programming or mind control. Duh. Yeah, from the moment we are conceived, we are downloaded with automated hand-me-down scripts from our parents, their parents, and their parents' parents, whether we know them or not, or are in their lives, or they're in their lives, and so on and so on and so forth. Okay? As we grow up, we are conditioned to believe that what we are programmed to think, do, feel, act, etc. And we do all of this without question. We're programmed to think and do all this automated stuff. And most comply and obey these directives regardless of whether or not they're true or false, good or bad, right or wrong. Okay? The results of which come to bear in how most of us end up living our lives, adhering to the family of origin tribal dramas, programmings, and scripts. Now, much of this results in cookie-cutter lives that move from one generation to another, to another, to another, to another, and some of us are lucky to discover early on that something is way fucked up and question tribal law. Now, the second factor is beliefs. And what makes us believe? Okay? Belief does not require something to be the way we see it. It only requires us to believe that it is without question. And you know what? We are lazy asses in the matrix. Our beliefs can seem like they spring from some alternative universe, especially when we start looking deeply into them and begin excavating and say to yourselves, what the fuck was I thinking that for? I don't believe this. Where do these thoughts and beliefs come from? And this is how we start questioning reality. And of course, our unconscious beliefs are handed down to us from where again? You got it. Our programming and conditioning. Now, the third factor is attitudes, which are derived from our beliefs, which are derived from where? Our programming. Yes, you get it? Our attitudes are the perspectives from which we view life and the world and the universe. Now, some of us have cantankerous, piss poor, negative attitudes, whilst others of us have good attitudes. Now, I was blessed with a good attitude and a fucking killer imagination that allowed me to become a magical fairy princess like that amidst a war zone called my family life. But my positive attitude could and would turn dark and sour when push came to shove, okay? And I felt challenged or thwarted. So that was actually good for me because it allowed me to look at what the fuck is going on underneath the surface and in those nooks and crannies and the crevasses, right? Okay, now we all have a mixture of good and bad attitudes. Our attitudes about our beliefs based on our programming create our feelings and direct our actions, and each is an opportunity to do well or not, to succeed or fail miserably. So the fourth factor is feelings. Now, every action we take is filtered through feelings, and how we feel about that action affects how we do things and how well we do them or not do them at all because of doubt and fear. Now, we usually don't take our own advice because something else which directs, affects, influences, colors, or controls our actions gets in the way. Now, our feelings make us do what we do or don't do. So, the fifth and final factor that determines our success or failure is our behavior. Now, this factor most directly controls our success or failure. What it is we do or don't do, it is our actions and inactions. That is our behavior, what we do or don't do, moment to moment to moment, based on what? Our feelings, which are based on what? Our attitudes, which are based upon our beliefs, all of which are based on our programming. Woo! Have we come full circle, my friends? That's right. Now, because each of these factors is greatly determined by our programming, our mind control conditioning, it is essential to get a foothold, my loves, on what kinds of programming and limitations you're dealing with and lovingly face them and course correct. Now, freeing our minds of all these unconscious influences is essential, along with clearing out the false directives in our subconscious mind. Now, starting with the first Hermetic natural law principle of mentalism, you have to bear in mind the all is mind, the universe is mental. Now, utilizing your imagination and seeing yourself as an expression of that all, know that everything in your imagination is an expression of the all and is 1000% true in imagination. And it's your focus on these that you imagine that will materialize in your physical reality. But you know what? We don't do it because the Matrix has hijacked our attention. Okay? Our programming has hijacked our minds. Your programming and mind control separates you, all of you, my friends, from your true nature as an expression of the all divine God, goddess, all that is, and we are here to move formless into form. So it's crucial to journal about what kind of life you would like to create and live. See it all in your imagination, my love. What is your thought quality? What are your beliefs? How do you feel? What are you doing? Notice the resistance in your mind as you work through the details of your up-leveled life in your imagination. See how well you can focus your attention, okay? Your subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between what's true and false. It doesn't give a shit. It has no feelings. It doesn't care. So you have to be on it and feed it what you prefer. The subconscious mind has been the receptacle of all your limited programs, beliefs, attitudes, feelings, and behaviors. It's taking an ongoing movie of your entire life, okay? So if you are talking about these events in your life on and on and on about how it didn't happen, it hurt you, blah, 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 repeat, okay? You got to be conscious of your self-talk, what it is that you repeat about yourself and others and the world. You don't like stuff that's happened to you? You have to tell another story, okay? Now, I've been at this reprogramming your mind thing for a very, very long time, okay? And I'm pretty good at sleuthing my stuff out and pretty successful at shifting subconscious beliefs and directives that were initially I felt like they were insurmountable. Now, every time I have up-leveled some aspect of my life, whether in my relationship sector or money prosperity sector, my creativity sector, all of my darkness associated with each of these categories bubbled up like a stinky fart. I am not kidding. It's all going to come up, okay? So let me be plain about it. All of my doubts, the erroneous beliefs, the mind chatter, often I never even knew that they existed, would come bounding up into my face saying, bitch, who do you think you are trying to do this new stuff? Okay, so every time you up level, count on it, okay? All your shit is going to come up. Now, the shadow work, my loves, is treacherous at times, and you will be faced with intensely frightening moments where you would prefer death instead of facing up to and unraveling some of your ugly inherited tribal heritage, some of the mind controls out of the matrix stuff, memories of trauma from people who put you down or abused you. Now, the process of answering to your limiting beliefs and mindsets is not pretty. It's exhausting, my loves. And much of the time, you'll feel like you're battling demons and you're fucking losing the fight. But suppose you can quantum jump and up-level your process by applying the Hermetic natural law principles, every one of them, all 8 of them, to everything that arises, and put the principles and all those dark shadows and those traumas and limiting beliefs and mandates and tribal laws to the test. So along with up-leveling your self-image and self-talk to match your true divine nature, imagine that you can quantum jump. In that case, you will prevail, I promise. I like to approach shadow work, my loves, from all angles because one, size doesn't fit all. Some of these techniques will work temporarily. Some of them will never work for you at all. Ever, ever, ever. So play with these tools and techniques lightheartedly. See what works for you. See what resonates the most, what brings you ease. Sweet self-talk and applying the Hermetic Natural Law principles are my go-tos. Perhaps they can be yours too. Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, my loves, that is my speech. I hope you found this helpful. Be kind to yourselves. Decide that your layer of the universe is loving and friendly and has your back. Please help me grow this channel by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving a comment in the comments box below or in private. Please share this video with your communities, friends, family members, and on social media platforms you feel would benefit from this content. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that when I upload, the YouTube will let you know. And if you find value, enjoy, or benefit, or at least entertained by my content and videos, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is below, or you can also support my work by buying me the proverbial cup of uncaffeinated coffee, so to speak, because I don't drink coffee anymore. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me, with your participation and your focused attention. I really do appreciate it. I cannot do this work without you, and I do this work especially for those of you who know and have had the inkling that you are so much more than what the Matrix endeavors to define you to only be. So until next time, my dear hearts, always act from love outside of the matrix, from your center screen, composing a new reality, quantum jumping all your lifelines. That's right. Let's go higher and higher and higher so that we can all be the love that we are. We can share our love. We can create, make art, make music, make love. And you can all help me repopulate the true quantum field creation field universe. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my beautiful waking gods and goddesses. Mwah!